Hey, what is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic, damn near classic, damn near flawless video for that ass today. Sincerely hope everybody is blessed. Sincerely hope everybody's having a good one. Doc is having a fantastic one. First things first, get the likes up on this video. Make sure you subscribe and notify. Check out the ebooks listed in the link in the description there below. Definitely make sure that you check out the Patreon. The masterclass is awesome. Great content over there. And also the other content on my other Patreon for stuff that is too hot for YouTube. All right. First things first. Any loss is a bad loss. Any loss is a bad thing. But I'd rather lose 50K Philippine pesos than 50K United States dollars. AKA, I'd rather lose 50K PHP than 50K USD. All right, let's get it. We are likely to take a loss at least once in our lives. And I would rather that loss be pesos than dollars. Dealing with women abroad, there are going to be some hits and misses. But again, I'd rather those misses be in pesos than in dollars. If you guys are familiar with my channel and you guys know what I preach and promote in reference to my channel, I always encourage travel. And I only encourage travel because it's fun, but also because the losses are usually minimal unless you're dumb and you blow it all. Again, the losses are usually minimal unless you're dumb and you blow it all. I feel like one of the biggest mistakes I notice about foreigners overseas is that they think in dollars instead of the local currency, aka the peso. In doing so, some situations are likely to occur. For example, it's easy to blow off a $10 loss, but it becomes difficult to overlook a 500 peso loss. If you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, it's easy to say, man, it's just $10. Man, so the taxi driver charged me $10. It's just nothing. It's just $10, man. I'd probably pay $100 in the United States. But when you start looking at it in pesos, you're like, damn, bro, that's 500 pesos, man. Can you imagine what I could have done with 500 pesos? You feel me? I feel like it's easy to see how spending $20 on a meal is nothing in the United States, but spending 1,000 pesos on a meal seems like a bit much. For example, you're like, yeah, so we went to Fridays or we went to this expensive restaurant. I only paid $20, man. Once you do the currency exchange, it's all good. It's only $20, man. If I went to the exact same restaurant in the U.S., you know what I'm saying, I would probably pay like $50 or some shit for both of us to eat. But then if you look at it from the realistic situation of being a foreigner in the Philippines, you're like, damn, I really just spent $1,000 on something to eat. So I want you guys to get the idea that losing pesos as opposed to losing dollars is something completely different. I feel like understanding rates are important. We also have to understand that the majority of the losses that men will take overseas is because of women. This is why there is beauty in the nightmare of overseas living. 9 times out of 10, 90% of our losses as men overseas are probably come because of women. All right. And I believe that 90% could be a little bit higher. I'm going to leave it at 90% because I want to say that 10% of it could be something else. But I feel like some of the losses that men are likely to take because of women is if a woman convinces you to buy a property, a condo, or whatever it may be. Oh, buy my family a sorry store, buy my family a TV. You know, we need this for our, Bahay Kubo. We need this, whatever it may be. Yeah, if you feel me. A woman convinces you that she needs some financial help, schooling, whatever it may be. You're taking a loss. A woman convinces you that you are her knight in shining armor, and that goes to your head and puts you in a position to spend more than you initially intended. Again, same rules apply. 90% of the losses that a man will take overseas is because of women. But again, if you ask me, I'd rather take a loss on 50K PHP than 50K USD. I'd rather take a loss on 50,000 pesos as opposed to $50,000. In my personal opinion, it has everything to do with your perspective. It has everything to do with the way that you view your spending habits in foreign countries. It has everything to do with your spending habits in the United States. It's weird because I've noticed a lot of guys come into the country and they're seeing how cheap things are in the Philippines as opposed to the United States, and it kind of goes to their head a little bit. They honestly believe that they have to come to the Philippines and spend foreign prices or spend on the same level as you would in the United States. But that's not true. That's not something you are required by law to do. As a matter of fact, I think if you spend on the same level as you would in the United States, you're completely crazy. But I understand, I understand it. It's an adjustment period. You got to learn the culture. Let's not overlook that. You got to understand where you are, got to understand why things are the way that they are so that you can adjust accordingly. And when you do adjust accordingly, you'll start to understand pesos are pesos. They're not dollars. All right. Let me say that one more time. Pesos are pesos. They are not dollars. There is a beauty, like I said, in the nightmare of overseas living or overseas vacationing. Things could have been worse. That's the way I like to see it. Sometimes in certain situations when you take losses, things could have been worse. Now, for myself, I've lived here long enough to understand how to avoid the L's, but I'm taking into consideration my newbies who come in here. I'm taking into consideration for my new foreign guys to the country who may be a little bit green and a little wet behind the ears. So I want you to understand, I'm giving you a little bit of leeway in this video, but not much. All right. I'm giving you a little bit of leeway in this video, but not much. Just because I say that it is okay to lose 50K PHP in reference to 50K USD, I'm not saying go out there and take the loss. I'm not telling you to go out there and take the loss. But again, there is a silver lining in losing only $1,000 as opposed to $50,000, because again, at the current rate of $1 to 50 pesos, you're looking at about $1,000 equaling 50,000 pesos. All right. So there's a big difference between losing 1,000 USD and 50,000 USD. You understand? But there are a couple of guys that I do know that'll come here and probably drop all of their money, and basically whatever little dollars that they had, they go broke in the process. I'm trying to save you from yourselves, but I'm also trying to make sure that you understand that there's a little bit of beauty in the nightmare of living overseas and taking an L. Imagine taking that exact same L in the United States, dealing with, your Western women, dealing with, certain situations that may actually cost you a little bit more than dealing with situations abroad. Just a thought process I want you guys to take into consideration. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a like. Definitely check out my social media platforms. Everything should be listed in the link in the description area below, ebooks and all. With that being said, I've said everything that I think I can say in reference to this particular topic. Comment down below. Let me know how you feel. All right. With that being said, the good doc is officially out. Aalis nako paalam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.